This is the girl.
Oh baby,
Have you already seen Mulholland Drive and would like to hear it from someone who has watched it for the first time talk about it? Then this video is just for you. I have not heard about David Lynch since this year. For some reason, I confuse him with David Fincher. Not because their names are almost similar, but because David Fincher also created films that are considered mysterious, thought-provoking, and depraved. But after seeing Blue Velvet, Twin Peaks, and Mulholland Drive, I could say right now that David Lynch might be on another level of depravity and a brilliant artist. I wanted this movie to marinate in my head first before jumping into another David Lynch movie, just so that I could make this video. There are two kinds of watching a movie. The first is to understand it. If you can't understand it, then the second option is to feel it. I'm glad enough to watch Mulholland Drive feeling it first, especially with the help of the dreamy visual of the movie, making me reminisce of why I love Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express. Although instead of being in a dense urban district of Hong Kong, it's in Los Angeles, where we are introduced by these characters that for some reason made me think I was watching The Room. The way they act and the way they talk made me think they are some sort of amateurs actors.
Remember, I'll be watching for you on the big screen.
okay Irene.
But since I was feeling the movie first and trying to understand it from the start will take a toll on me, I have 2 more hours of the movie, so I needed to calm my ass down, which is why I rub it off as intentional. As a matter of fact, for the rest of the film, it tries to convince me otherwise that everything isn't intentional because of the way the movie alternates one moment to the other. I dismiss the consistency of it because I have just seen Blue Velvet and David Lynch is pretty well known when it comes to this kinds of visual language where you don't know exactly what is going on, but considering how it has not blown your head yet from the disorientation of the situation, you just ride along with it. But unlike Blue Velvet, the confusion in Mulholland Drive is way more consistent because with Blue Velvet, it's supposed to be about the intuition of everyday life and then entering a part of it that you can't explain even if you tried.
I want to see you get undressed!
In Mulholland Drive, however, it goes along with the story like it usually does, and all of a sudden, it abruptly introduces certain scenes and characters, which reminded me a lot about Twin Peaks, with the introduction of the people residing in the fictional town. But I couldn't compare it to Mulholland Drive because it's not as serious. They couldn't possibly fit every character's story in one movie. I don't know this person dreaming about something. I don't know this hitman that has a sloppy job of his own line of work. Both these characters appeared in the movie out of nowhere that seem to be detached from the main plot. But their scenes are understandable, especially with the alternation, so they must be relevant in the story. One good example of this is the hitman, whom after assassinating a victim of his, now he has to deal with a woman that was shot with a bullet he had pulled accidentally. The woman didn't seem to think it was a bullet at all, but the hitman still decided to target her next and drag her all the way to the murder room. While struggling with the woman, a janitor saw him in the act and tries luring him in too, but the guy didn't seem to speak any English. After murdering the woman, then came the janitor. After the janitor, then the vacuum started making noise. Then after shooting the vacuum, it started smoking. This kind of alternation is consistent throughout the movie because something that I have noticed about the way the story flows is that each individual scene moves in some sort of script where it's leading somewhere like a director is writing the story of the movie inside the movie. Which is why I think the movie taking place in LA, Hollywood, is completely relevant, especially if you top that with the character of the movie literally being a director. Mulholland Drive is a movie that takes you to the world of Los Angeles, where dreams come to life, but also where dreams is destined to fall. It's a movie about dreams and making that dream a reality that you have to use brute force just to make it happen. And there's no better place to dream big than in Hollywood. And also, can I be vulnerable for a moment? Is this a safe space? I would like to admit that I have a terrible facial recognition. I would have gotten the ending of this movie first try if it weren't for that. Because when we get to the scene where this blonde is singing on the boot, I thought, is this Betty? No, that can't be Betty. We just saw her stare at the director. And that would have been a very quick makeup session if that's really her. And then it's revealed that it wasn't her. So I thought, oh, maybe I'm a bad person. And then we are introduced to the character Diane Selwyn. And throughout her entire sequence, I thought to myself, is this a different girl? Nope, it's the same girl that played Betty, you fucking idiot. I didn't expect to be wrong twice in both ways. It's to be expected considering how I wasn't trying to understand the movie, but feel it. Feeling it to the extent that I actually paused the movie in the middle of it because I had to go get something outside in the middle of the night, raining, in a claustrophobic alleyway with my umbrella. And I felt like I was still in the movie, like I was carrying the movie's atmosphere with me. It's definitely not a movie that is best watched the first time, but the second. The ending was greatly delivered because during the course of the movie I still believed that Blue Velvet was a better movie overall. But after seeing the ending of this one, Mulholland Drive might just be David Lynch's masterpiece.
Thank you, darling.